All right then, so in this video, we are delving into one of the fundamental building blocks of Python programming called strings. Strings are versatile and powerful in Python, and I need to understand how to work with them is the most crucial part for any developers. So let's dive into the world of strings together. All right, so let's clean it up. So let's keep it up clearly, and let's bring it up the multi-line strings. Okay, so here, so now, so let's start with the basics. So in a Python, a string, what is the string? A string is a sequence of characters enclosed inside a single quotes and the double quotes. Strings can represent a text or a names or any sequence of the characters, right? So let's say over here, let's say greetings equals to great day. Save it, and all we have to do is to just print greetings. That's it. So now if I am running this, that will get executed and it will gives you the output. So you can wrap it inside a single quote or even a double quote. So that's up to you, right? So when it comes to concatenations, like joining two different strings, like first name and last name, all we have to do is to there are different set of methods to do that, or we can simply use the plus sign to join the two different strings over here, like an expressions. So think about it, like we have f name, that's a first name, is going to be, let's give it a John, and the last name is going to be, it's going to be the Smith. So let's print these two names together. So f name plus, and I need to have a space, then after this I need to bring a name, so L name, that's the reason, L name. So we can do it like this, and if I run it, you can see John Smith. So if you can't follow this plus sign, the better option is to use this formatted string options, f, then create a string. Then here what we need to do, we need to bring the f name, right? F name, then I need a space, then open the bracket, then print the L name. This is compared to that, which is quite easier. So instead of following through this multiple plus signs and everything, this is quite easier when compared to that string, right? So that is also going to give you the exact same output only. You can see here, which is going to be the same output. All right. So and now we have this. So let me comment this, and let's say I need to print this first name for more than 3 different times. So all I have to do is to say multiply by 3 times. So now you can see it's going to give us the answer as John 3 different times. So string, using this string, we can do a lot of stuff, because that's the Python strings is the most powerful options which we have to use a lot in the inside the Python, right? And then to find the length of the string, we have to use this length method, length. So basically this length method will help you to find a length of a string or any object, whatever which you are trying to use inside the Python. Okay, so find out the string length. For instance, let's say length of f name, save the changes, that is going to give you the output as 4. You can see, because there are 4 different characters, so that is the reason it's going to give us the answer as 4. So that's the length of the first name. All right, so then how to access the individual characters? So we can able to access the individual characters just by using its position numbers. So print greeting of 0. So if I give 0 in the greetings, what is the 0th letter? That is G. So that is going to return the answer as Z. You can see, clear? It's going to return the answer as G, right? That's how you can access the values, like 5. If I give the value as 5, that is going to give me the answer as greeting 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is an empty space. That's the reason is giving you the empty space over here. So if I give 6, that is going to give the answer as D. See, D. So this is how you can able to access the individual characters. Like if you want to get a group of characters from the in between, anywhere from starting to ending point, or from any starting point to ending point, that's the concept called slicing. So you can access any random strings. You can access any random range of substring in a string. random range. You just need to give the starting positions and you need to give the ending positions. So basically, always the ending position is like it's all about n minus 1. If you give 5, it will go until 4. If you give 6, it will go until 5. Something like that. So I need to start from 0, 0 colon, then I need to go until 6. That means it will go until 5. You can see it access from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it will not include the 6, it will go until the 5. So even if you don't, if you're starting from the 0th position, always the starting value is 0, so you don't have to mention that. So you can simply leave the same value just by deleting the 0. This is also going to give you the same. Let's say I need to access from I need to access the greeting from the 6th position. I need to go until the end, so 6 colon, whatever the end value, doesn't matter. I need to access from there, then I need to go until the end of the value. So that is going to give you the, it's starting from the 6th index and is going to the end of the value. Okay, so this is how you can do the same thing. And if you're going for negative indexing, so print greeting, so I need to access the last element, so -1. So that is going to give me the value as the last value. So how exactly it's working? For instance, let's say Hutch hello. For instance, the normal indexing value will always start from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. But the negative indexing value will start like this: -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. So this is how the negative indexing will work. So the last index is -1, last before -2, -3, and -5, and -4 and -5. So I need to start from -1 and I need to go until -6 or something. Say this changes. You can see it's returning the value as an empty string because you need to give the value in this order: -6 to -1, because this is not a positive number, it's a negative number. So you need to give it in the reverse direction. You can see we are getting the exact same output, right? So this is how it will work. This is how the negative indexing it will work, and this is all about the strings. Since there are lots and lots of string methods out there, so I'm going to give you the most popular methods which we use quite a lot inside the Python productions. So we already discussed about the length method. So let's say that you want to change the cases. You want to change the cases of the text, which is, so print, if I want to change everything into the uppercase, I need to use the upper method, greetings dot upper. So this will convert your everything into an uppercase. So let's say if I want to convert everything into a lowercase, all I have to use the lower, so that is going to give me everything in the lowercase. So we can use the camel cases also, like we can say capitalize. So this is going to keep the everything in the first letter as the capital letter. Okay, so the first letter of the string will be the capital letter. Okay, so that's the capitalize. So these are the different cases method that we will use in some point whenever we are working with the strings and everything. So let's say that I want to remove the unwanted spaces. So I can use this strip method. Strip method, it comes handy when you want to remove the leading and trailing white spaces. So let's think about it that I have some white space over here and some white spaces over here. This will remove only the white spaces leading and trailing in a string, not in between the words. Okay, so if I want to use print, then all I have to do is to greetings dot strip. Save the changes and clear, and that is going to remove some of that white spaces in the leading and trailing spaces. All right, so this is how we can use the strip method. And now we can use the split method. So basically the split method will help you to break the words, and if you wish to break them by using a common delimiter, like let's say I'm just going to have a names as a string Raj, Kiran, Mahesh, Lisa. So these are the different names that I do have. So if I wish to break them, let's say names dot split. So how we can split each and every name? Each and every name have this character called this. We don't want this unwanted space. So all these characters are delimited by using the comma. So I'm going to use the comma to break those each and every words, and I'm going to bring it as a separate array. You can see it's break those each and every value and bring it as a separate array. So that's the usage of the split method. Basically, the split method is the most powerful method we use a lot when we're working with the strings and everything. Split method will help you to break the values by using a specific delimiter. It can be comma or any special characters, but it's need to be have a common delimiter in that string. So that's the reason that we use the split method a lot. Okay, so these are the most common and popular methods that we use for the Python introductions when it comes to strings. Since there are lots and lots of string methods, you can use the W3 schools to refer those the string methods. Okay, so since we already discussed since we discussed the Python strings, then we can move on to the next custom data types in the Python.